Hey guys, Marisa at KitchenTableStamper.com. Today I've got this adorable You're Simply the Best note card for you. This is one of the cards from the April paper and ink card class. If you haven't heard already, if you order a $50 order with the host code this month, you can have one of each of the May paper and ink card class kits for free. I'll send you the kits automatically. Just go back and take a look at the videos, print the project sheets, and the class is yours. Just use the host code, place your order for $50 or more at marisaalvarez.stampinup.net, and all 4 cards will come to you automatically with a thank you card from me. All right, so this You're Simply the Best features a varied vases and the vase builder punch. You can bundle these together and save 10% now through June 3rd. Don't miss the opportunity to get the bundle discount on these 2 products together if you had your eye on them. I used my Simplest Stripes embossing folder, my rectangle stitched framelits dies for this card. My Stampin' pads for this project are Lemon Lime Twist, Coastal Cabana, and Pineapple Punch. I've also got Memento Tuxedo Black. That's Stampin' Rights in Flirty Flamingo and Basic Black. My supplies for this project include, pretty simple here, I've got a Pineapple Punch card base. It's 8.5 by 5.5 and scored at 4 1/4. I have scraps of Blueberry Bushel, Flirty Flamingo, Coastal Cabana, and Whisper White. Got a length of Whisper White Solid Baker's Twine. This is probably about 12 inches, maybe a little more, might be 16 inches. And then my die cutting is already done with the stitched rectangles, and I used rectangle B. It's the second largest one, and that one is 4 3/4 by 3 3/8. All right, so let's get started with the embossing first. I'm going to just clear away all these bits and grab my Big Shot. No thin die adapter to emboss with these standard folders. And I want to pop my card front in to the folder and make sure that my lines run perfectly straight. So we're using the line on the folder and the edge of the card to make sure that we've got nice straight lines. Gonna pop the top on this dude and crank it through. It's a simple, beautiful texture. Love that. I'm gonna go ahead and grab my bone folder here and just gently work this crease back into my card fronts. Let's grab our scraps and we're gonna do a little punching here. So the first thing I'm gonna do is punch my little pink vase. And that one, I think with this tiny little scrap I've got, I think I can get it in there without any help. All right, now for some of the ones with these tiny little scraps that are a little bit deeper in, I'm gonna grab a scrap of Whisper White cardstock. Anything you've got just hanging around, one of these little scraps that sometimes just pile up and seem kind of useless. We're gonna grab the end of the Coastal Cabana with a little bit of snail. What that does is that's going to give us a handle so we can get in there and punch that base out of the smallest scraps. So any little scraps will do for that. So now we got our Coastal Cabana and our Flirty Flamingo. Now let's get our Blueberry Bushel base. Same thing, we're going to hold on to that little scrap. Makes it easier to place this. All right, so there's our vases. Now before we're done with the punch, we need to do a little stampin'. I'll grab my Stampin' pads and my Stampin' Pierce mat and we'll get started. Okay, let's do all of our Stampin' here at once, shall we? I've got my Memento, Pineapple Punch, Coastal Cabana, and lemon lime twist. I'm going to start with this little scrap that I have of Whisper White. I want to make sure that I stamp in a position and orientation that's easy to get in and punch. So what we're going to do is check that first, then ink up the outline of the leaf with Memento. That should be nice and easy to punch. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just double checking that I got everything going in the right direction, easy to punch the first time. All right, so there's our leaves, and then we're going to color them in with the lemon lime twist. Just a two-step stamp in. You want to get right up above there if you need to, and fill in. I love stamping to color in. It's so fast. All right, so there's our little leaves. Put those aside with the punch. And then we got a little tulip here. And I'm going to see if I got enough room on this scrap here to maybe get the 2 tulips out of this little scrap. Might be a little too much to ask for. We'll see. I'm going to punch one like this. And then I'm going to stamp one, and then one like this. Let's see. Ready to punch if we can get those out of there. I'm going to start with those sleeves, and we lined those up first, so that should be pretty easy. We should be able to get those out of there easy. Okay, put those aside with the vase. Flip one more. All right. Now for the ultimate in punching challenge, let's see here. I switch here, I should be able to punch and then flip and punch. We'll see. I'm gonna need my little handle again. I think I'll still go that way. Now, just slide that dude in there and haha! Now that was an efficient use of a scrap, don't you think? There's my other little tulip. And look at what's left. Oh, so impressed. Now, time for some more stamping. Let's get this dude in here so you can see what we're doing. We're gonna ink the little scallop border here with Memento, and I'm gonna bring my ink pad to my stamp and just really get the very best coverage I can get. And I'm gonna go ahead and stamp that in. It's probably about 1.5 inches from the center and off the edge a little bit. So I'm gonna grab a little piece of scrap here. And you wanna just let that ink transfer for a second here. The Memento black, we want it as solid as we can get it. So giving it a second and just gentle pressure, but time for that cardstock to pick up the ink. See what a nice solid image you get then. Now, you're simply the best is the sentiment here. Gonna get that all inked up with the Memento also. And we'll stamp that below. Love it. All right, then our vase. We want to just kind of dry fit our little vases on the shelf. It's going to make it more successful for placing your stems. All right, so there's kind of the idea. Now I'm going to ink up my little orchid outline. And you know what? I do not want the full stem on these, so I'm just going to use my simple chamois here, and we're going to ink off the edge of the pad so we only get the top, maybe half of the stem. We don't want it to extend past the bottom of the vase. Then we can move our vase out of the way after we've chosen our position and stamp. Next up, I've got the stem for the tulips, and you're going to ink half of the stem, and you want to have your tulip stem go one way, and then we're going to clean it off with the simple chamois. We're going to ink the opposite half of the stem, and what that will do is send one of our tulips off in the opposite direction. See that? All right, then last, let's just Get our placement for this little flirty flamingo vase. We're going to take the spray of flowers, the outline for the spray of flowers, and we're going to do the same kind of inking. We're going to ink off the edge of the pad. We don't want the whole stem inked up here. Check our positioning, and then slide the flirty flamingo vase out of the way and stamp. That little dry fitting is really important for making sure that the stems don't go out the bottom of the vases, for making sure that everything's gonna line up just nice. Now we've got that little spray of orchids, and we're gonna color in just like we did with the stems. So you wanna get over the top of it. I hope my head's not in the camera, but it might be. And color in. And we've got for the spray of flowers, we're gonna ink that up in Pineapple Punch and color in. Now when lining this one up, I like to check the alignment at a few different points. Make sure that this top flower, these two at the bottom, and then something over in this area like a triangle all line up, because it's a little bit tricky image, but if you just take your time and check 3 points, you should get perfect color in. All right, we are done stamping. I'm gonna clear away the ink pads, Stampin' Pierce mat, and we'll assemble this cute little "You're Simply the Best" note card. All right, so we've got our pieces here, and a couple of quick things to note. I took a Flirty Flamingo marker and just touched the centers of these little orchids with some Flirty Flamingo. Kind of a cute little detail. And if your scallop is not satisfactorily dark enough for you, then you can trace over it with the basic black Stampin' Right. I had to on this one, but don't feel like I need to on this one. So sometimes it just depends on how inked your pad is. All right, so we've got a little bit of multi-purpose liquid glue here. Okay, before I glue down my Coastal Cabana vase, I'm gonna take these little leaves and just trim them a bit shorter. I want them to go opposite of each other, so be careful where you trim. You want to trim the right end so that they grow out from each other. And I'm going to take a little bit of this multi-purpose liquid glue at the very top of the vase, and I'm going to arrange these leaves so that they grow out of the vase in a pleasing manner. Make any adjustments. I want the leaves to look like they're coming out of the vase, not out from behind it. There you go. Little multi-purpose liquid glue on my Flirty Flamingo vase. Line that one up. And same for Blueberry Bushel. Little tulips here. I love these dudes. These make me so happy. Okay, turn over and add a half a mini dimensional. That's all you need. And we'll pop those dudes up. Oh, my punch is a little flat at the bottom here. I have a little scrap of paper. Just trim that with some scissors. There. Cute little bouquets of flowers. Now, I'm going to embellish with a quick little bow of this white baker's twine, solid white baker's twine. You're simply the best. I love it. Just a simple, sweet note card. Great way to say hello or thank you, and trim off the excess. Then lots of snail here, a little bit of fast fuse, whatever dry adhesive you like. You could do liquid if that's your favorite. And you just center on the card front. Right, left, center, even margin all the way around. And secure. There they are. You're simply the best. And yeah, whatever I can do to help you stay crafty, email me, Marisa at kitchentablestamper.com. You can shop 24/7 at marisaalvarez.stampinup.net. Thanks for watching.